Idyllic beaches, temples, nature, competitive prices, delicious food. Everyone knows that Thailand is a paradise, and whoever thinks that Thailand is only meditation, low prices and paradisiacal islands is mistaken. In addition to these charms, the Asian country is also coveted by those looking for a vacation full of intensity and adrenaline, with lots of partying and excitement. What you may not know is that this excitement and intensity hide a not-so-beautiful and even dark side that is rarely portrayed. Have you ever heard of the term ladyboy or ping-pong shows? Then join us, because in this video you will get to know the precious curiosities of this country, and you will be surprised by what happens when the sun goes down. Thailand is more than a destination. It's a universe apart, and its islands are easy proof of that. With so many options, we would need at least 4 hours to be able to explore at least a third of them. So, in this video we'll talk about some of them, starting with Phuket, Thailand's largest island. Here you'll find stunning beaches, a lively nightlife, and a rich mix of cultures. The beach is hard to resist, but for history lovers, the old town on Thalang Road offers the famous shophouses, colourful 19th century stores and beautiful Sino-Portuguese buildings. Not to be forgotten is the 𝐒𝟑 𝐗 Museum, housed in a 1930s building which offers interesting exhibits on the culture and history of Phuket. So for those who are not beach lovers, there are also many fascinating stories to discover in the city. Heading to Koh Phi Phi, a cinematic archipelago that was the setting for the famous movie The Beach, there is not much to tell. Crystal clear waters, white sand and limestone cliffs. In short, a movie set. For lovers of luxury, welcome to Koh Samui, famous for its palm trees, luxurious resorts and lively parties. It is another pearl of the Gulf of Thailand that captivates visitors with its tropical charm. There is no shortage of natural riches here, and when we talked about affordable prices earlier, that includes luxury resorts as well. The country is literally on the other side of the world, and it's not just the clock that changes. The language, vibrant colors, exotic aromas, religious devotion and local customs can cause culture shock. Despite being one of the most visited countries in the world, English is not a unanimous language, so there can be a slight language barrier in some situations. Thai cuisine is a real treat for tourists. After exploring the country's stunning beaches, the typical dishes are world-renowned for balancing flavors such as sweet, salty, sour, bitter and spicy, all in the same dish. But be careful, because when we say spicy, we don't mean something that burns slightly. We mean spicy. Want an example? Pad Thai, considered the Thai national dish, consists of rice noodles, a long, thin dough mixed in a hot wok with bean sprouts, prawns, egg and onion, seasoned with soy sauce, sugar and chili. At the end, a layer of chopped peanuts is added for a special touch. Another strong point of Thai dishes is rice, almost universal even in desserts. Similar to rice pudding, they prepare it with coconut milk, mango and sesame. Now, for the culinary adventurers, Thailand offers an exotic experience with insects such as crickets, grasshoppers and even huge beetles. These little delicacies arrive crispy and slightly salty, attracting the attention of many tourists. Remember, we talked about bright colors in this country? The streets are filled with cabs in vibrant shades. There is something for everyone: blue, pink, yellow, green, white. There is no lack of color, as well as contrasting with the monks wearing traditional orange and golden robes. Buddhism in Thailand is not just a religion, it is a way of life, and traditions are carefully preserved. Thais value freedom and respect for others, thanks to Buddhism, which is followed by 95% of the population. Majestic temples can be found on every corner, with more than 400 scattered throughout the Thai capital. 3 of them are particularly famous and attract visitors from all over the world: Wat Arun, Wat Pho, and the renowned Wat Phra Kaew, Temple of the Emerald Buddha. The most widely followed Buddhist current in Thailand believes in the human potential to achieve a state of complete peace and freedom, guided by the motto, "Be happy, stay calm, and enjoy what life has to offer." Handshakes, hugs and kisses give way to the traditional and affectionate Y. This Thai greeting consists of joining hands in the form of a prayer at chest level, accompanied by a slight bow forward. In the country, even the image of the world's most famous clown joining hands in a respectful way is clear proof of the seriousness with which this Thai tradition is taken. In Thailand, touching someone's head is disrespectful, as it is considered the most sacred part of the body, while the feet are considered the lowest part of the body and therefore impure. And if the feet do not have the best reputation, imagine the shoes. That is why when entering temples or local houses, tradition demands barefoot, as in other Asian cultures such as Japan or Korea. But here's an added bonus. Pointing your feet at sacred objects such as Buddha statues or monks is considered a disrespectful gesture. That said, now you know why they prefer slippers or sandals that can be easily removed. Another curious fact is that they always smile. Their sincere smiles, willingness to help, and contagious happiness are the hallmarks of these extraordinary people. In Thailand, joy is part of the culture, and it is reflected in all spheres of life. They take seriously the concept of sanuk, which is essentially synonymous with fun, and this even includes work. All in all, who wouldn't smile in such a place? Good food, tranquility, rich cultures, and beautiful beaches. No wonder Thailand is known as the land of smiles. But if you're not the eat, pray, and swim type, Thailand is home to parties, bars, and nightclubs where vacationers party with plenty of alcohol. The full moon party stands out as one of Thailand's most famous parties and is the country's most renowned discotheque. Held during full moon nights and filled with electronic music, it attracts tens of thousands of tourists to the beautiful sands of Koh Phangan, one of the most enchanting islands in the region. The party goes on until dawn, and during the early hours of the morning, the crowd indulges in over-the-top crowds of people, lots of drinking, and lots of excitement. Although access to illicit substances is abundant, the penalties for anyone caught by the police with these substances are severe. While France toasts with its wines and Mexico celebrates with tequila, Thailand livens up its parties with buckets of rum. That's right, in the Asian country, nightclubs frequented by tourists offer a potent mix containing a bottle of Sang-som, a popular Thai rum, and energy drinks, all poured into cubes of about 1 liter, which are consumed through straws throughout the night. And speaking of energy drinks, did you know that the inventor of Red Bull is Thai? Yes, that's right. More than 30 years ago, 𝐇𝐨𝐭 𝐖𝐨𝐽 created an energy drink called 𝐒𝟑 𝐗, which means Red Bull. This drink gained great popularity among truck drivers and night workers in Thailand. In 1984, while traveling in the country, Austrian businessman Dietrich Mateschitz discovered 𝐒𝟑 𝐗. He contacted 𝐶𝐨 with the idea of bringing this energy drink to the rest of the world. Together, they founded Red Bull, a conglomerate to globally market this powerful energy drink. Well, back to Thailand's nightlife, let's talk about something less known about the country. A little explored aspect and a matter of concern for local authorities who are trying to preserve the country's image, the issue of prostitution. Despite the controversy surrounding this issue, especially since it is forbidden by law, this practice has unfortunately become a kind of tourist attraction in the Asian country, giving rise to the famous sex tourism. In this context, concern has arisen about the crimes associated with this activity, such as exploitation of minors, slavery, and many others. Every day, foreigners, men and women, flock to Pat Pong, one of Bangkok's famous nightlife districts. The question everyone seems to be asking in this scenario is, why is this happening if it is forbidden? The answer is somewhat complex. It is a traditional practice in Thailand with at least 6 centuries of history. Even if it is not socially accepted, historical facts document the practice, with the Chinese traveller Ma Huan recording it around 1430 and during the Ayutthaya reign between 1351 and 1767, at which time the activity was legalized and taxed, with brothels run by the state. In 1908, a law was passed to regulate brothels and their practice, requiring them to be registered and the outside area to be signposted to indicate the services offered. Curiously, almost a century later, it seems that customs have not changed, and these places are still full of lights instead of signs. Today, advertising is done by billboards. However, since the Vietnam War, the country gained international fame as a sex tourism destination as American soldiers flocked and migrated to the region in search of rest and entertainment during their leave. At the time, the fishing villages offered tranquility and beaches, but to meet the demand of these fun-seeking soldiers, the leisure industry we know today began to be built. The landscape changed in 1960 when a new law sought to officially ban the practice, imposing fines and prison sentences on offenders. A few years later, in 1996, the law was amended, criminalizing clients and including other issues such as slave labor and the activity. Needless to say, with these laws, the sector has evolved. Today, these places are known as massage parlors, hostess services and entertainment bars, all pure window dressing and having broad political support. A striking example was 𝐒𝟑 𝐗, known as the godfather of this activity, who in 2003 admitted to having paid more than £1.5 million in bribes to politicians and police officers over a decade to keep his business going. The city of Pattaya, located 140 km from Bangkok, is a good example. Known as the Thai Sin City, or modern Sodom and Gomorrah, today it is the sex capital of Thailand. Many travelers flock to this area to see the famous ping-pong shows, pompous displays in which women expel unimaginable things from their vaginas, such as goldfish and canaries, as well as shooting ping-pong balls, daring customers to hit them with a paddle. And that's just the beginning. The peculiar feats performed by these women are varied, throwing darts, opening bottles, blowing candles, among other skills. Only in 2018, the city received approximately 1 million visitors seeking these services. Even grimmer than these figures are reports of tourists taking their own lives while visiting the country. Usually retired, divorced or widowed, they are looking for love and companionship in exchange for money. However, they are often lured by Thai women and end up destitute. For some of these men, the end of life becomes the chosen option. The so-called ladyboys are in great demand. The shows and services they offer are diverse, and if you wonder what a ladyboy is, we explain it to you. Ladyboy is the non-literal English translation of 𝐒𝟑 𝐗, a Thai term that refers to transgender people, often referred to as trans women, but can also include effeminate gay men. Interestingly, unlike in some Asian countries, ladyboys are widely accepted in society, although teasing can be commonplace. Thailand's understanding of gender diversity is linked to the tenets of Buddhism, which recognizes 3 genders, male, female, and 𝐒𝟑 𝐗. Buddhists believe that current circumstances are the result of past lives, and 𝐒𝟑 𝐗 are considered a consequence of karma, so it is important to treat them with compassion, following the fundamental principles of Buddhism. Quantifying the exact number of these practitioners in Thailand is challenging, with varying and controversial estimates. No Thai government has conducted an official study on the subject. In 2001, the World Health Organization suggested a more reliable figure of between 150,000 and 200,000 practitioners, while non-governmental organizations estimate between 200,000 and 300,000. In addition to these figures, in 2004, a professor at Chulalongkorn University estimated that there were about 2.8 million sex workers, but these figures were considered inflated. In short, nobody knows anything, and consequently nothing effective is being done about it. Did you know all these peculiarities of Thailand? Tell us which one surprised you the most. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more fun facts. Thank you to all of you who have joined us, and see you next time.